Hi everyone, I'm making a screencast video of the difference between the new and old versions of querying and editing properties of graphics objects. So I was originally mistaken in thinking that all 2014 versions of MATLAB introduced the new version, but it turns out that it is only default enabled in the 2014B version. It is available in the 2014A version, but we just have to add something to our shortcut to enable it. So what we need to do, we need to open up, right click on the shortcut, click on properties, and here in this target, we need to add this option here. So after everything that's already there in target, what you need to add is -hgVersion space 2, and version has a capital V. So when we add this option, it will enable the new version. So in 2014A, it was just being tested. 2014B and further on, this is the default behavior. Okay. So if we add that and we click OK, when we run MATLAB through this shortcut, it will allow us to use the new version. Now, if you've got it on your start menu or on your taskbar, make sure that you update that shortcut as well. So I can unpin that shortcut and click and drag it down here. And now when I open it, I give MATLAB a second to start. Now when I come in, I've got the screencast stuff that I had before. When I run this, it'll take a second to actually start running, and now when I come through, it should be working. So there is a slight difference between the versions there. Now, if you're unable to get that option working, ask your tutor in a session. I'll let them all know how to do this and make sure that they watch this video. But if you've got an older version of MATLAB, you may wish to learn how to use the get and set functions. So let's have a look where I've implemented something before. So here is the slider callback that I implemented in the screencast. We can see the get and set functions here and how they get used. So let's say if I wanted to check the value of hObject inside of this function, I can put a breakpoint there. When I run this and I actually move it, it will jump onto the breakpoint. So now hObject is a hObject is now the new version here. So we can use this way to access the properties, or I can use the old version. So if I just type get of hObject, I get all the properties, so it lists all of the properties, not just a truncated set, in pretty much the same fashion. So I can, that's how I use the get function. If I wanted to know the specific value of one of the properties that exist, I can type get hObject. In this case, I might want to know what the units are. So if I do that, it says characters. So units in this case is characters. All right, so that's how we use get. Now, if we wanted to change one of these values, what we can actually do is set hObject units. So this will, if we don't actually set a value, what the set function will do is return all the valid units. So in this case, I might want to change it to normalized, so I can set hObject normalized. Okay. So now I need to set hObject units to normalized. So units to normalized. So now when I do this, that works. And if I get hObject of units, you can see that has been changed. All right. So that's how you use get and set, the older notations. Like I said, it should be the default behavior in 2014B and onwards, so that's 2014B and 2015A. It is available in 2014A, it's just you've got to add that extra setting to your properties for the shortcut to MATLAB. Now, if you're using a Mac, you should be able to pass that option to MATLAB on the binary that starts it. I am just not sure how to do that because I do not own a Mac. So those handy with Macs should be able to help you to do that if you're using a Mac. If you're using the Windows version of MATLAB within Parallels, then you'll need to do the shortcut method that I showed. Once again, I'm not sure how exactly that works because I do not own a Mac. All right, thank you. So yeah, once again, the other option is to just use get and set as functions.